Hey there, Luminary here, and it is Friday, September 30th, 2011. It's the end of the month, and I have one thing to say right at this moment before I go into anything else. Anything that I say on these videos is partially what I find on the internet, and if I start ranting off, it's generally my opinion. So, on that occasion, I'm willing to admit I'm wrong and discuss it in the comments, like I did in the last video. So, what do we have? Today we have Iron Grip. Marauders is the first free-to-play strategy game on Steam. It's available today, and it looks really neat. It uses the Unity engine as a browser-based strategy game, and it boasts a lot of cool features like cooperative boss battles and everything else. So that seems kind of interesting for a strategy game that's multiplayer. So I would go check that out. Rise of the Immortals is free to play on Steam now. I took a look at that, and I don't know what to make of it. It boasts a individual character progression type scheme, which is okay, but looking at the footage and the trailer and everything, it really looks like League of Legends. So if you're into the MOBA scene and you want a change of pace from Riot's version of MOBA, I would check out Rise of Immortals. You may like it, you may not, but hey, if you do, or if you have any experience playing it, leave it in the comments and let me know, and I'll definitely check it out. I do play a little bit of League of Legends, and I love it, but I'm not level 30, so I can't compete with the big boys. I play with bots, and it's just crazy. Either way, so onward we have The Witcher 2 2.0 update that you can find at thewitcher.com. It is a free update. It introduces a new tutorial system, an even harder difficulty called Dark Difficulty, a new arcade-style arena mode, and it includes all of the DLCs and all the technical updates from all the previous patches, which is great. So you get all of that for free if you already own The Witcher 2. I would definitely check that out if you own that game. Speaking of DLCs, Portal is finally receiving its first DLC here, I believe, on October 4th. And it is an extended co-op type DLC where you take on Peabody and Atlas and you do more cool puzzles, which is really cool. I want to get more into Portal's co-op. I was really heavy into it when it was released, and it was a lot of fun, especially since whenever you first start out, they don't tell you that your microphone's always on. Always. So you have to go into the settings and fix that. So after I learned how to do that and was called a noob and everything else, I ended up doing the same thing to other folks. Like, hey, dude, I can hear you coughing. Seriously. And he's like, oh, no, shit, sorry. And he couldn't figure out how to turn it off. I'm like, don't worry about it. Let's just get through this. So yeah, it's also introducing new leaderboards for single player and multiplayer. That's going to be cool. So October 4th, I'm looking forward to that release. And if you want to do some co-op, do hit me up in the comments and by email or by YouTube messaging, for as reliable as that is, and we'll set something up. And that sounds like a lot of fun. I really loved Portal 2 co-op. It was really good. Speaking of Unity, dealing with one of the previous stories, Unity, apparently by Mike Rose, was reported that Piracy helped in the Asian area of the world. And what was meant by that is that though the Unity engine was pirated, Unity ended up making, I think the revenue increases was like 280 some odd % increase in Asia, and something retarded in Japan. So they were not necessarily making money off the engine, they were making money off of the assets available on their, for their engine. So that's just one way I can think of that Piracy has actually helped the community, as opposed to, being the big bad guy. Piracy is such a touchy subject. It's, for folks like me who don't have any money, the idea of being able to download something for free is quite alluring. I mean, back in the day, I will admit, I was surfing news groups and downloading binaries just to play some really cool stuff, like one of the original Tropicos, and I think I got all kinds of stuff. That's been long gone since. I've ditched all my pirated stuff. In fact, everything I'm using right now is all free stuff, or I've bought for minimal cost, like I got Sonar LE6. I'm not using it right now because it doesn't have noise reduction, but, I've got it. And it's mine, it's legit, it's registered to me. I'm using Audacity right now to record, which is absolutely free. I have a legit copy of Microsoft Office Ultimate, so I could get all the PowerPoint stuff that I need, and Excel, and anything else that I need to display or create. And, even the stuff that I put in the description, I actually use Microsoft Word to lay out first, and then I paste into the description, just because it's easier that way. So, yeah, and that's the other reason why you don't see too many assets up here. I really don't like infringing on copyright. And right now, I believe my Mirror's Edge stuff is being claimed as Netcom. I don't know who Netcom is. I've been looking it up. I've been Googling it. Who is Netcom? If any of you guys know who Netcom is, and if they're affiliated with EA in any way, let me know. Because at that point, I'll retract all of my disputes, because according to EA's legal site, it says that you can use the footage from their games as long as you're not charging for the access for it, which is really cool. So you can provide gameplay for the gamers, for the benefit of the gaming community, which is the reason why I'm doing Mirror's Edge and not having any fear. But since it's being claimed by Netcom, I'm really kind of confused. Why is it considered Netcom's audiovisual assets? So if you can find a tie between Netcom and Electronic Arts or DICE, let me know in the comments below. It'd be much appreciated, so I can figure out what to do with these disputes, because I think it's a mistaken content ID. So yeah, onward. What do we have? Oh yeah, that's right. Last night, Notch and Danny Barakowski, the music composer of the latest Binding of Isaac video game, the creators of Super Meat Boy, and the creator of Bastion Super Giant Games, on Twitter were going absolutely nuts with Steam codes to activate games. Notch was giving out all kinds of gift codes for Minecraft, which was really cool. I was very, very impressed with that. I was like, wow. In fact, it got to the point where Notch was trying to show everybody up. So he's like, this is too long for Twitter, and posted up a picture of all of the gift codes that he had available, and was just posting it up on Twitter, just giving them away. And Danny Barakowski was like, oh yeah, well, check this out. He posted up 100 of them, and then went back and posted up 500 of them. So, I believe last night before I went to bed, he had 160 of those codes left out of 500. And the music's really good. It was like 28 tracks. That's the one I ended up getting, was the Binding of Isaac album by Danny Barakowski. But the music's really good. I really want to play the game, but, it comes down to that whole money thing. So, yeah. Other than that, I think tomorrow I've got slated to interview Raven. So we'll see how that goes. I'm going to try to give it not necessarily like, oh, blah, 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 and he goes, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to try to make it a conversation. I want it to feel like friends talking, as opposed to, yeah, you're under the Spanish Inquisition, answer wrong, and you will get the disconnect button. That just seems kind of silly. So, there we go. I'm Luminary, and I'll see you next time.